Good morning, class. Welcome to week 3 of the emerging trends, and today we're going to talk about the global dimensions within the supply chain. Many of the companies today are moving their operations to other countries. For example, in Georgia, Toyota, Kia, and Mercedes-Benz all have plants here in Georgia. Global logistics is like $400 billion industry. All modes of transportation, warehouse and storage facility, inventory placement strategies, and distribution channels are all incorporated. Billions are spent each year on specialized computer software, third-party vendors to plan and to manage efficient movements. Then there are costly infrastructure. The roads, the rails, the seaports, the airports, teleports, locks, and bridges. And to add, the development of high-tech intermodal transfer facilities, which combine 2 or more transportation modes for the efficient transfer of goods. Now, globalization in a generic form or generic term that relates to many issues, namely the international divisions of product production, which is where corporations seek various input reductions through the functions of global sourcing practices along with expanding market opportunities. The process of these functional relationships go well beyond any regional formalism. Global transportation is always a topic that sparks serious debate. If you want to get a lively conversation started, bring up the topic of the North American Free Trade Agreement, which is also called NAFTA. NAFTA allowed the Mexican transportation system to migrate to the north with little to no effort. Trucks from Mexico are allowed to come across border, and supposedly the U.S. trucks were to be given the same right into Mexico. However, due to safety issues, the second part has been delayed. The U.S. versus the EU. Rodriguez stated that North America and European Union have many similarities as a strong import function, inbound logistics, with advanced freight distribution like systems like linking to global trade. The North American and European Union have significant differences in terms of how their logistics strategies take place within their respective territories. When it comes to logistics systems, configuration of transport and logistics networks, via operational decisions, and the setting of regulatory framework. North America maintains a high concentration of economic activities along the coastline areas, which also have significant resources and manufacturing hinterlands. At the onset of global trade, it is mainly commercial considerations that shape the setting of North American gateways and corridors, which have remained quite stable in time, albeit with an ongoing trend of traffic concentration. North America relies on a small number of gateways, and the ports are less developed in thus limiting the chances to fully take part of the international shipping network. The European Union, which has grown from 15 members in the 1990s to 27 members today, has established trade links with Eastern and Central European countries, causing some more manufacturers to move from Western Europe towards the low-cost regions in Eastern Europe. With ever larger bi-directional east-west flows, countries having the strong, poorly developed railroad networks are experiencing difficulties. North America and Europe are following different paths when it comes to the inclusion of intermediary ports, terminals in the maritime frameworks, and inland terminals. The U.S. policymakers face a crucial issue, such as how to create conditions that makes the U.S. economy more attractive to both U.S. patented supply chains and for segmented supply chains for foreign companies. Issues raised by global supply chains may come into play, particularly the considerations of incidents of policies. Security in the global supply chain. After the events of September 11, 2001, international organizations have increased security. For example, International Maritime Organization, or IMO, one of the first organizations to enhance security, is a specialized agency of the United Nations. IMO is the global standard-setting authority for safety, security, and environmental performance of the international shipping. Its main role is to create a regulatory framework for the shipping industry that is fair and effective, universally adopted, and universally implemented. It is responsible for the safety and security of shipping and the prevention of pollution by ships. The WCO, or called the World Customs Organization, was founded in 1952. The World Customs Organization was also formerly known by the International Convention as the Customs Cooperation Council, has provided leadership in expanding the avenues of international trade and security. The organization's success includes work in areas of covering the development of global standards, the simplification and harmonization of customs procedures, trade supply chain security, the facilitation of international trade, the enhancement of customs enforcement and compliance activities, anti-counterfeiting and piracy initiatives, public-private partnerships, integrity promotion, and sustainable global customs capacity building activities. The WCO is only international body dedicated exclusively to the international custom and border control matters. A corporation must take measures to protect itself from theft and terrorism. Corporate leadership should secure 4 areas of the supply chain: fixed assets, inbound and outbound shipments, information, and the workforce. Security is of the utmost importance. Today, we have many high valuable products being shipped all over the world. Global logistics, again, is a $400 billion industry. All modes of transportation, warehouse and storage facilities, inventory placement strategies are incorporated. Then so again, I just can't just talk about beyond all that. We have to make sure that when we, as a companies or leaders in companies, that we make sure our products, our people, our equipment is safe when it's traveling to and fro from one country to the next. And we have to make sure that we understand all the laws and everything that go with it, and make sure that we are looking at the websites that the WCO and the IMO is presenting, and information that kind of help us to be able to ship. So we're going to make sure that our stuff stays secure. All right. Well, we'll meet with next week and week 4. Thank you.